It's another K-Town beat.
YouTube, it's your boy, Mr. Outliner. I'm back. Hey, make sure you stay tuned for the next video after this, which is Monday coming up, March the 9th. I will be announcing the winner of the 20K giveaway, right? But don't forget, you still got time if you haven't done it yet to go follow the rules on my Instagram. It's Mr. Outliner also, and you can still try to enter the win. And I'm gonna announce the winner Monday. But anyway, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. You know how we do it. But anyway, back to this haircut. This is like a transformation. If you see, his line has been moved to a point to what I wouldn't do. You know what I mean? I don't really like talking about barbers, the way they cut and what they do and don't do, but this is different for me. I probably wouldn't have done that, but you know, whatever. But the first thing you gotta do is pick the hair out, get everything down, and you know, his hair is very overly curly, so you want to make sure you get everything as smooth as possible before you start doing the haircut. And once you get to everything smooth, you want to start. We're doing a drop fade today, right? With a twist top, a sponge top. But you know, sometimes you start from the side, sometimes you start from the back. But I started from the back, so I can already have how low I want the fade to drop, or where I want to start the drop fade. So I'm just making my starting point right here, guideline starting point, whatever you want to call it. But you do that all the way around the head, and then you come back and you get ready to start the fade. And the thing we're gonna do with this fade is we're gonna do the down fading again. We're gonna go from the number 2 all the way down to no guard, back to the trimmers that we're using right now. So in order to get this bottom line out, we're gonna have to use the trimmers to do it. But I'm still making this like a series of down fading, or not using guidelines really. Some people probably call this a guideline, but anything besides this, because this is like a starting point, anything besides this it's gonna be no guidelines in between this. So starting with this haircut, when you're using the big guard to small guard method, you have to go to different levels on it, right? And I'm showing you right here, I want to knock off some of the bulk right there where my comb just went across, and this is the 2 guard. And we always go open to close. That's how you work it. You go big guard to small guard, and you always go open to close, right? And once you get comfortable with it, you can know whether you can go open or midway or close, you know, once you get comfortable with it. But if you just starting to use things and you want to gauge how much hair is going to take off, just do it open first. So we took it down a little bit with the 2 guard, and now we're using the 1.5 guard, open to close. And remember, you want to come down a little lower. You see where I'm putting the comb a little lower than when you use the 2, because if you go up too high, then it'll just make a mess of everything, right? So you use that same 1.5 guard and you go open. You go up to where I'm placing the comb. You see how high we are with the comb? You can go all the way up to that point, right? So this is showing you the levels of where the fade needs to start with the 1.5. And now after this, we're gonna use the 1 guard, and we're gonna go a little bit under that so we can start getting our transition going. Now here we switching to the 1 guard, and we're doing it open, and we're going right under where we were using the 1.5 open, and you work your way open to close, remember. So we open right here, and we just going against the flow pattern of the hair. And in a second, I'm about to show you with the comb where you need to put your focus at for the 1 guard. That's right here. See how it's right under where I was using the 1.5, and this is where I'm using the 1. You see that? So this is how you want to graduate down until it gets very smooth, and then you can not use a guard at all. So the next guard after this that we're going to use is a half guard. We're going to use the half guard, open to close. Now when you're doing that, you see how I'm coming down, I'm graduating down, and I'm using the half guard open, and I'm really just working on that bottom line that we started, the starting point, right? A little above it and right at it. So now the fade has already started the transition, right? And this method helps you not go up too high on the fade, right? So this is a beginner's technique or a veteran technique. Some people, fade this way all the time. I just do it. Sometimes I'm doing this for a series, but it just depends on how I feel. Sometimes I get bored, so I try different stuff. So that's why you get in this video. So after that, you use the half guard to take away, smooth everything out, and now I have no guard on here. So now I'm just working out the bottom. And you see how we graduated down. You'll see how the fade will make the full transition after this, because once you remove that bottom line, everything else starts to blend in. And if you see anything that's like too bulky or too thick, not blended in exactly the way you want, you can go back and just detail that part, use the corners of your clippers to smooth out whatever you didn't like. So we're just gonna remove the rest of this line, and then I'll show you the other side. As you can see, the fade, it came out nice. So now that I'm still on this same side, I kind of just want to start working on the lineup because it's bothering me. So normally I'll go to the other side and start the fade, but this was bothering me, so I just wanted to correct it while I was already on this side, right? So you want to smooth down the front part of it, and I use my 1 guard to do that, right? So you see the edge up where it is, it's kind of thick in the front, so you want to comb that down and try to smooth it out again. He had a part right there, you can see where he had the line up part, but we want to try to stay under. We want to try to bring the lineup back out. So I think it's best to do that when the hair is thickest at this point, instead of don't fade the front part of it too much, but leave something there so you can use it as a guide. Now I'm gonna show you how to do the line part here without using enhancements. Just use the natural lineup. Now of course this line is not gonna be super sharp because it's been pushed back in certain areas. The side I'm able to get this sharp. So people, you see where I'm starting his C cup, right? And it's not gonna be sharp, but we're gonna use enhancements on this, and we're gonna use enhancements on a lot of videos. So if people don't like enhancements, they need to get over it or whatever, but we're gonna use enhancements here to enhance his haircut because he wants that sharp look. He wants to, he's going out tonight. He want to celebrate for himself tonight because it's his birthday. So happy birthday. His name is Frank the Goat on Instagram. But he wants that look, so that's why he came. He came to get the look because tonight he want to celebrate and look like a masterpiece. You know what I mean? Now I'm gonna speed it up on this side, but we're doing the exact same thing. You can watch the technique. I go from 2 open to close, 1.5 open to close, 1 open to close, half guard open to close to no guard, and then finally to my trimmers to remove the bottom line.
Success that brings respect.
Now, the lineup on this side was a little different than the other side. It wasn't as challenging, but on this side it's a little bit more challenging. So look, we do the exact same process steps though. You know, you don't want to push it back. You want to try to create the line on the natural lineup. And you see right here, I'm starting with the corners first, because to start in the middle is not always the right thing to do with certain lineups, because everything doesn't flow across. So it's gonna be a big gap in the middle. So I have to come back and try to, you know, meet the two side points to the middle point later. You see how his middle part is gone. So I'm trying to make that line straight, and it's gonna take me some time to get it straight. And as I always say, don't focus so much on getting everything A1 right away, you know, perfect, exact right away. You want to do your outline basically, like, you know, just get a guide, you know what I mean? So we're going to use enhancements. We know that you can see that he probably needs enhancements. Some people might walk around with their hair like that, don't fill me in, leave me like that, but this is his natural line, right? I didn't alter it any. So for him, like I said, for him, for pictures and everything, we need to find a way to make it pop. But we still have to keep the integrity of the lineup without, you know, without compromising it too much. So you see that this natural, this is his line. So this is before enhancements, fibers. We're gonna use color and fibers, but this is the before look. So now we're gonna use the color here to bring his line out. And remember, I told you color is about staining the scalp, so it's not gonna fill in like hair fiber does. But you see without fiber, you can tell a big difference between the color and the hair. That's the thing that fiber does. Fiber actually fills in that spot, you know, between where the hair is light and where the hair grows thick at. So the master airbrush system, what I use, so I normally put the link down in the description if you want to know where to get this master airbrush and use the same one that I'm using, right? So after you spray the color on, you come back, and before it dries too much, you come back and you reline it, you know, try to sharpen your lines from here, because like I said, it's gonna stain it. So you want to make sure your lines are where they need to be before they dry. Then after that, we come back with our hair fibers. Now watch what the hair fibers do, right? It's gonna fill it in more, and it's a little darker than the color itself, but it makes it look that much more natural and that much more crisp, right? And the hair fibers I use is gold fiber. So I like the way that they're not too thick. It's just thick enough, and it blends well with the hair. Once again, you come back and you reline it, because you want everything to fall in place. And you see how sharp this haircut is. We took this haircut to the next level just by using enhancements. Now his line is looking that much better, and it's still in its natural hairline placement. We didn't go up too high or anything. So when his hair does grow back in, it's gonna grow back in exactly where I put it at and exactly where it needs to be. You see that? So boom, he's sharp. He's sharp. That boy's sharp. Casket sharp. Ain't that what they say? Casket sharp. That's what we doing. Now we turn his head and we do the exact same thing. We got the airbrush and, you know, the color first, and then we come back, we line it up before it dries, then we use the hair fibers and we sharpen that. After we get through with that, we put the line back in that he had before. And this is very easy. It's just like doing a lineup. You just tap, you know, clean the bottom of it, clean the top of it, and go from there. Now on the liner, we're gonna make sure we get it all the way straight. It's off just a little bit, you can tell, but before the end of the video, it'll be perfectly straight.
Success that brings respect.
Now, after we get the line complete, we just want to sponge the top of his hair. The first thing I wanted to do is just wet it a little bit, and then I come back with some leave-in conditioner to curl it up. But you see, I got his approval on the haircut so far. You see that? So you can always tell by a person's expression if they feeling the haircut or not. But like I said, first you just want to wet it up just to give the moisture something to moisturize into. And you know, I'm using a leave-in conditioner here, and then I just take my sponge and I go counterclockwise to get the look. You see that? You'll see it'll look different in just a second. We're gonna speed it up. Then boom, there you have it. You know, so this is the drop fade with the twist top, and you know, I came back with some little holding spray right here, and it burned a little bit, but you know, anyway, so we come back. This the drop fade with the sponge top, and you know, enhancements on the lineup. Y'all let me know down in the description how it came out, how you like it, how you like the fade technique, all that type of good stuff. And don't forget, check me out Monday so you can see if you're a winner or not. I'm giving away the clippers. I still don't know which one. I might give away both of them. I don't know. I ain't made up my mind. But anyway, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. You know how we do it. Until next time, love, peace, and hair grease.